Hey everyone, we're all hopped up on caffeine and melatonin today, so this is going to be a really exciting episode. With me, as always, I'm Wheeze. Welcome to Baka-Talk is Pyrolis.
Hello.
And Boom.
Yo, guys. I took my melatonin at the wrong time.
I got an hour of sleep last night.
And I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper. I got way too much sleep last night, and I also stayed up way too late. Today,
How is that possible?
Because he doesn't have a job.
I forget about that.
I don't have a job. Okay, so today we are going to be talking. I'm the most authentic weeb here, I'll have you know, but that's why I'm the most qualified.
Those are
still
for this
No,
position.
he's
How
right.
are you authentic?
He lives with his parents
I
still.
live-
Oh, that okay. The loser weave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the only thing that's
Gotcha.
different is he shaves his neck beard unlike most.
I was
That's true.
gonna say.
And he has an actual girlfriend.
In public, I'm like presentable and okay, but realistically, I'm.
I was
just,
gonna
like,
say like on high functioning weebs, I'd say like me and Pyrolis have it way above you
yeah.
Yeah, no, like
because we actually wake up before 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
he just barely passes the sniff test of he's socially acceptable.
Yeah, just barely.
If you stare at him too long, though, he starts twitching.
Yeah, and he goes,
Well, anyways, today we are going to be talking. Also, the sunlight is like, it's just pure cancer. But today
you know,
we're
it goes in the dark.
we are going to be talking about an anime that we've been binging for the past like
if you notice, he has an umbrella by
5
the door.
months.
I can't tell if he's a vampire
My God,
or
he does.
a weeb at this
It's a
point.
pure black umbrella, too.
Yeah, it is.
I know it's
do
9
you think it's
o'clock
so
at
pale?
night, but the sun is too bright. Today we're going to be talking about Dororo.
I've never taken a photo with him.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen him eat garlic either, actually. Now that I think
Wait,
about
do
it.
I have
I
you?
like garlic, okay?
In a
I mean, I
photo?
don't eat it. Like,
I've never seen you eat garlic.
you just took a picture of me.
Saying I like garlic after then saying I don't eat it sounds like something a vampire would say.
23 flavors in Dr. Pepper. You think one of them's not garlic?
Yes, I think one of them is not garlic.
I mean,
I've never seen you look in a mirror.
I can look in a. I'm not a vampire.
I don't have you in any photos.
Okay, anyways, we're going to be talking about Dororo.
Or are we going to talk about the fact that you're a vampire?
No,
No,
we're not going to be talking
Dororo
about.
hunts demons. You know what vampires are?
Demons? Wait.
Have fun getting
No,
hunted.
they're not.
They're a type of demon.
They're like a zombie. They're more of a zombie.
No, they like started out like folklore wise. I'm pretty sure they started out as like a demon, but then like they kind of
No,
evolved over
actually, you could. Actually, yes, you are right. They're not really a demon. They're more like a ghoul.
Anyways,
So
today.
Ghouls are
Weeze,
part of Dororo.
I think what you've been trying to tell us is we're gonna watch. No, we're not gonna watch.
we're going to
talk about
Dororo.
Doro.
We're-
So
Dororo.
Doro.
No,
Doro.
We're going to be talking about Dororo.
how does it feel to live vampire kiss?
Vampire kiss.
Or would you rather
Hentai.
live
Is that a hentai?
or would you rather live what's it called? Baka-Monogatari.
That one's a good one.
Or would you rather live vampire fight night
Twilight.
drive?
Here we go. Oh,
Okay,
vampire.
The question is what
Night
vampire do you
Drive?
want to
No,
be?
vampire fight night drive.
Yeah, vampire fight night drive is definitely the kind of.
You gotta
vampire
race
one.
on that Bass Pro Pyramid.
I want to be.
Oh,
yes.
is that the name of the anime?
Yeah,
Oh,
vampire
okay.
fight night drive.
I would
I
either
like that name.
want to be a vampire in that universe or the,
Baka-Monogatari?
Call of the Night.
That's what I was talking about.
'Cause that
Vampire
one-
kiss
I-
call of the night.
That one's pretty.
All
chill.
those vampires seem like creepy middle-aged people that like have no life.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
It's
That would actually be a
amazing.
perfect
They all
fit
stay
for
up all night. Oh, that would be amazing. You stay up all night. You just do whatever. You wander the streets. No one's there to bug you. You just talk to the drunk people. Vampire Fight Night Drive. That's
Let's
going to be
go.
an amazing anime coming in 20.
Wait, did you just come up with that name?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's like great on the spot.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
I'm
Yeah.
awake, so it's fine. My creativity is sparkling.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
If you die, I will make that in your honor.
Yeah.
Today, we are going to
We
be
went
talking
for-
about Dororo,
Dororo.
the anime based off of the 19 whatevers manga
69
that was
anime.
and the 1969 anime.
The manga
I
from
need to
1967
pull
to
up the wiki, don't
1968.
I?
So,
The 2019 anime actually goes a different route from the original source.
yes.
And then I believe someone picked up the story after the anime, or they just picked up the story after the original manga. One of the two, but some guy picked up the story and he's got like 4 volumes at the moment.
So just a what's the word? A disclaimer first off. We're going to be spoiling this show a lot. We're going to be talking about the entirety of the series.
Hold up. Dororo was a live action film in 2007?
Apparently.
Dang.
The manga, volume 1 of the manga was actually 81.
No, it was a 67.
Oh, this is World Works edition.
Yeah.
Where's the original?
It looks like there's like a new
69.
manga.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, it's going from 2018
They
to
like
present. 6 volumes.
Remade the story or something.
We might have the season 2. Let's go. They're in a video game. Blood Will Tell. What's that for?
It's a 2004 video game. Anyways.
Okay. Let's get serious, guys.
So Dororo is quick overview is because we're going to be spoiling this, so spoiler warning. Our first initial thoughts, we probably won't spoil it, but as we get into it, we're going to be spoiling the entirety of the plot. So if you want to go watch it by yourself. Dororo is a mappa anime that is an adaptation of the 1969 story, but they're like 2 different stories from what I've seen online. They're very different, and it's like a retelling. Someone online explained it like how Marvel takes the Marvel comics, where it's like it's kind of the same character, but it's completely different. So,
real quick, the game is kind of like a Mortal Kombat style game.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's got Dororo in it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Called Blood Will Tell. Tezu Kao Samu's Dororo.
So Dororo revolves around a character named Hyakimaru and a young orphan thief named Dororo. And they're born in... Hyakimaru is born and he is cursed by demons that take almost all of his body parts, and he's just like this husk of a baby thing. The reason that he was sacrificed to demons was for the good of the land, so that the demons like bless the land and everyone, because they were going through like droughts and different things and famines. So the father then just sends him off, and he gets thrown into a river. He eventually gets found and gets taken care of. He grows up and he uses sword arms to fight demons, and he's like has nothing, and we're watching him try to kill all the demons to get back his body parts.
Imagine how much of a mad lad you got to be blind, deaf, and like not have anything, but you got sword arms, like 2 sword arms, and you start like killing things left and right because you got sword arms and you're awesome.
Meanwhile, Dororo is just this kid that's a thief, and they just end up teaming up, and it's kind of a monster of the week story for a while, and then it culminates in a huge battle at the very end where he has to face off against his family.
I think one thing to note is the newest adaptation, which is the 2019 anime, it's a lot shorter story. So the original manga plot, and I believe the original show adapted that there was 50 body parts taken from him, but in the newest anime, which is probably the one that everybody's willing to watch, it's narrowed down to 12. So it's the main ones like arms, legs, eyes, skin,
His
ears,
tongue,
nose, tongue, and spine. And I think there's a couple other parts. So like each arm was individual, each leg was individual. Eyes were the same. So stuff like that. So it's basically narrowed down to 12 to make the story more consistent for a modern age.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when I heard at first that it was 50 body parts, I'm like, do I really want to watch like a whole episode of him trying to get back his spleen?
Yes.
Like, do I want to see him kill the spleen demon?
Epic fight, and he kills the demon.
You know the
He's
spleen
like,
demon would be rad. I am the demon of the spleen. Spleen demon is what I am called.
I mean, well, you looked at what demon was it that he got his spine back, and we are all expecting like another leg.
It was the centipede
spine
thing.
just
that was
popped
insane.
out.
Wasn't it the centipede thing?
Yeah, it's probably the centipede thing. That makes the most sense.
He kills one demon. He's like, I got the hemoglobin back in my blood. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Fell on the ground. I was like, and then his fake spine like popped out. I was like, oh, that's sick.
So some of you diehard Dororo fans will probably be asking like, hey, why aren't they talking about all the other stuff? But we just watched the main the cool anime.
We only watched the 2019 anime,
So yeah, that's what we're going off of.
but we do know it's based off of these other older works, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
So, anyways, first we're gonna start out with our initial thoughts. Would you recommend this? How good is it? What are your first thoughts? Pyrolis, we'll start with you.
Yes. I would recommend it. It's pretty good. The opening's amazing. The endings are amazing. The feel of the show is awesome. I would have much rather have binged it because I feel like that would have been an amazing way to watch it.
It was kind of good week to week though because of
It was
like
good
the,
week to week because the suspense
monster
of
of the
everything.
week.
Like
kinda thing.
everything had like suspense at it. Like, what are we gonna do next time? Because it was cool because every episode like was made in a way where you didn't have to watch the rest of it. You could kind of leave it as it is, but like you're still like curious. Oh, what's he gonna do next?
Yeah,
I did like
go?
Yeah, I did like the week to week, like you guys said. It did add up suspense. I could see it being a good bingeable show. Like you definitely could binge this in like 2 days and have a good time. But I did like the fact of each week that we went back to it, especially when we were mainly just going like episode to episode, not when we like binged a couple episodes. But like I totally forgot what happened because honestly, I didn't really think about the Dororo show too much between watching it.
Yeah,
because I think it's a great show, but it wasn't one that was on my mind the whole time. We'd get sitting down and like the first couple scenes would like bring back all the awesomeness of the previous episode. And I'd get excited for the new episode.
Yeah,
the artwork is amazing.
It is.
Yeah,
the artistic, the different artistic styles in which they use is beautiful.
The animation is really, really well done.
Like how we were talking earlier about how the background is like a different kind of not a different kind of art style, but the background is done a bit differently, like more realistically,
like
and they
painted.
still interact with it.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it when it looks painted. It looks like it's just going to be in the background,
Yeah.
and then they run around the corner, run into the door.
Yeah,
It's like it just looks really cool.
Yeah, I like the contrast of colors because all the people they're not like they don't stand out.
yeah.
They are very traditionally drawn. Like they're supposed to be. They're supposed to look actual Japanese as much as anime can make that look. But then you do have like all these like almost like watercolor paintings in the back, like the mountainsides and the skylines or stuff are so like
vibrant
with color that it definitely does make it stand out. And like you guys did say, it does the way they interact with it. It doesn't make it look too odd when they start interacting with the world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So as far as surface level stuff, the fight scenes are incredible.
I wanted more fight scenes.
The voice acting and music and everything's really good, and just the art is incredible.
The sound effects in general, like when you
sound effects are really good too.
The one episode where the guy got an arrow to that, and you just hear the
the thunk.
And you felt that like dang, that was a thud.
Another thing that we'll probably talk about more is just when somebody dies. The story doesn't have it doesn't like build up really a lot to like a death scene or something like important. Like it'll build up in the way that it doesn't feel like it's just really purposeless. But like when the death happens, there's no like slow motion. There's no like epic dramatic moments. It's just like they get stabbed, they get cut in half, their head gets cut off.
Like
they're
just characters you thought were main characters just get severed in half. Like
and it's so surprising because it doesn't like pause. It doesn't have that like Lord of the Rings Boromir thing where he's getting shot with arrows and he's like falling and whatever, and it's very dramatic and sad.
Multiple times where it's like
it's just like, oh crap, that person died. Like it just happens, and it's super cool and shocking. It's just done in a really, really great way.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we talked about, would you recommend it, Boom?
I would. Like I said, it's not one that was on my mind constantly. Like I wasn't like, I don't know. It's not something that I looked forward to necessarily. Like, I'd remember like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch Dororo, and that's awesome. But like, wasn't something that I was like wanting to watch. Like I didn't want to binge it per se.
It doesn't really hook you in the way that other stories can, and I think partially it's episodic, especially at the beginning. And I tend to not like episodic stuff, but this show I really liked the episodicness. And I think the reason is a lot of episodic stories feel like they don't get anywhere. Like it just things keep happening, but in the end of the episode they're basically where they were in the beginning. This story does the episodicness, but it also has every time he gets something back. Like part of his body gets back, and that stays throughout the entire story. So you're like, oh, you see, he gets his leg back, and now he just has his leg for the rest of the story. So it's really cool to see like him defeating the demons, him going through these experiences with these characters actually matter because of because of just him getting his body back.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. Would you say the first demon that he fights is a spoiler?
It's from
No.
2019. We're fine.
We're not good. We don't worry about spoiler. I already gave a spoiler warning.
Oh, cool. I wasn't even listening to that part. Anyways, the first demon that he fights, the sludge monster,
Yeah.
the fact is that we get to see him with the porcelain skin or whatever. He had basically like doll-like skin.
Yeah.
For all of like 10 minutes. It gave us, they focused on it enough to tell us that this person is different.
Yeah.
But as soon as he killed the demon, he got a major part back from him,
Mm-hmm.
which was his skin, which I thought was a really cool hook to tell you that as soon as he kills a demon, he gets something back. And that's
Yeah.
part of his character growth. So doing that makes it really work well with the episodic, because as soon as he kills the demon, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So like you're rooting for him to kill a different demon each episode. I found it more harder to watch another episode when they did the multiple episodes of the same thing, like the War Orphans one.
Yeah.
Like that one when they spanned it out to like 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh come on, he could have easily killed that demon in one episode, and we could have went on with the story longer. But yeah, I don't know. I liked how they did it that way. It made it work really well for watching it episode by episode.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, really good show. It's not like super amazing masterpiece that you're gonna binge and just be like, this is the best thing ever. But it's really solid storytelling all the way through. So we're gonna go on to our favorite characters and moments. Who's your favorite character, Pyrolis?
Oh, come on, this is obvious. My favorite character is obviously going to be Daigo, the man who sold his son to. Yeah,
oh,
no.
yeah. Daigo's
it's
amazing.
Hyakimaru. Come on, he's got 2 sword arms. I know he's not the main character. Dororo's technically the main character, but he's got 2 sword arms. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
No one can beat that man.
I'm honestly trying to find the character list.
So,
Character
yeah,
list.
Hyakimaru is definitely all of our favorite character because he's super cool. He
Wait
has
a second. He's not my favorite
He's
character.
Oh,
not your favorite.
Do you like Shark Boy
Why would I
instead?
say
You
that's
like
my
Shark Boy.
favorite
Like Shark Boy.
character?
You like
instead.
Shark Boy. I don't know. I thought you had good taste. I'm
What?
sorry.
He's a solid character. He's a good character.
He's
He's,
my-
not my favorite.
Okay, he's
character.
my favorite character and Pyrolis' favorite character because he has sword arms.
Dude, he's
But
such a BA. Like he's
yeah,
wicked. He's a mad lad.
he also has a really interesting story where he ends up having to do some questionable moral things about like the
Yeah.
good of the world versus the good of you or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, and people are like, oh no, he's gonna kill people, he's gonna lose his humanity or whatever. But like, he's basically a child. He hasn't like been able to
experience anything.
He can't touch, taste, or feel anything. And so somehow he realizes he kills demons, he gets his body back. So he trains. He has sword arms. He has fake legs. He has fake everything.
I bet you didn't even know that till he accidentally killed the sludgy thing
Yeah,
that
I know.
was attacking Dororo. He's like, wait a minute, my face is back.
So
I need to hunt more of these things.
it's also, there's a thing about when you have a character that's so like beaten down, you want to root for them because you want to see them get back up.
Yeah.
If the character is like already safe or they're in a really good situation, you don't really care that much about them because it's just like they can still be interesting, but you have to really make them interesting. If you do something like what you do with a Hyakimaru, where he is the most beaten down character, like person you can possibly get. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't even have his body. He physically is like
He
super
was
beaten
less than
down.
a potato when he was born.
Yeah, like he had no skin, he had no eyes, his like limbs were gone. He was
He had no
so
voice.
worthless. He has no voice. So seeing someone that's that like beaten down that there's no way they should be able to survive or do anything, and then he manages to fight these things and kill it is really
Dude,
cool.
he played life on the hardest mode possible, and I'm living in America. What's going on with my life?
One of my favorite characters, actually, that I thought he had a name. I guess not. Priest.
He
The
does have a
priest guy.
name.
The priest guy.
Nice.
I liked him. I don't know. I've always been drawn to characters that are more on the sidelines. But the way they did this character is he had the ability to help. I don't know. He could stand toe to toe with Hakimaru, right? Especially in that one scene where they're fighting like the sand ant thing.
Yeah.
The sand demon. Like he helped him defeat the sand demon. After that, he didn't fight as much, which I was a little disappointed in. But the fact is that he was kind of that supporting character that made the whole world go around almost, because he was there in all the important moments to actually make Daru, wrong one. That's Steins Gate. Dororo and Hakimaru actually think about their consequences.
Yeah.
And actually think about their path forward. Because if you think about it, if the priest wasn't there,
His name is Biwamaru.
Biwamaru?
Biwamaru.
Okay. They just call him priest on my anime list. But anyways, if he wasn't there, Hakimaru would have just probably killed Dororo.
Yeah.
Dororo?
Dororo.
Dororo? I can't say it. I don't know why. I can't say it.
Doro.
Dude, Hakimaru would have
And
killed everyone.
probably would have just murdered everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked how to use the priest as like a moral guideline,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't like the normal annoying priest that was like, oh, it has to be totally about like peace and tranquility and like,
Yeah.
no fighting. He was just like, man, you do you, but
I wouldn't
You
recommend
might,
it.
yeah. I wouldn't.
It
recommend
was
it.
kind of it was less on the nose than stories this old usually are, and I think that's partially the modern adaptation, because from looking up reviews, the older version was more just like good guy bad guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So seeing the more like kind of more subtle way that they put it, a huge plot point in the story is Hyakimaru like losing his humanity. What does it take to like get his body back and whatever?
Yeah.
I'm glad they never went with the whole like he goes too far and then someone has to bring him back or whatever. Like
Yeah, that
he's
trope.
kind of on the edge a lot of the times where he starts to like kind of go crazy. You can see the red in him
Yep.
in certain times where it's just like he's just killing to get his body back. But he never really does anything that you're like, that's unreasonable. He like kills people that were like burning down an orphanage.
Yeah.
He kills people that are trying to kill him. He kills people that like made deals with the demons that are trying to kill him. Like his
He killed
whole
people
like
that killed his first girlfriend.
yeah, his whole like thing, like you never like see the people he killed and it's like, yes, that was awful. It's like, yeah, they were kind of asking for
Yeah,
it.
if you think about it, even like the two right hand, or not two right hand, but the hands of the son
Mhm.
of Toru.
Yeah, and he didn't
Toromaru?
even kill those. Like,
He didn't even kill them at
Yeah.
first. Like another character ended up ending them,
yeah,
but like in their initial fight, like he didn't kill them. He just
yeah,
he made sure they couldn't fight anymore.
yeah.
The only time he started like going too far is when they blew him up with the horse off the cliff, and he came back up.
Yeah,
And he started murking everybody
Yeah.
he saw.
Yeah,
And
that's
even
true.
then, he didn't kill them. Like he cut off their arms and just kind of.
No, he
disabled
killed
them.
them.
Well, I mean,
The
like
horse
people at the-
killed them.
No, the people at the gate, like they were cut in half.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
that's true.
but yeah, I don't know. It's the priest puts it really well at the end for the character development Hakimaru, that he was newly born into the world,
Yeah,
and not so much meaning that he got his body back, but more meaning that he got his soul back.
mm-hmm.
Like you could tell that he was losing his humanity, and in all honesty, the people around him was making him do that. Like they
Yeah.
blew him up with a horse.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
Like-
somehow survived that. The
Yeah.
mad lad.
Like he was such a type of person that he stopped the horse because they rammed him with the horse.
yeah.
Right? He didn't cut the horse down. He didn't stab
just-
the horse. He just stopped it, and then the horse blew up.
Well, you know, they're really messed up. There's a lot of. Also, we should mention this show is very violent. So if violence bothers you, this show has got some intense like
Yeah,
Pretty
on the
epic.
scale of like Lucky Star to like Made in Abyss, I'd say it's like 2 points below Made in Abyss.
Yeah.
Real quick, who favorited Sabame in Saburota, but no one favorited the priest?
Priest.
What the heck?
I know, right? There's
That doesn't
like
make any
2.
sense.
Okay.
Why would
We
you
should-
favorite Sabame or Saburota? Shark
Um,
Boy and Mothman are not good picks for favoriting.
I know.
Since we're talking about characters, let's can you scroll up?
Sure.
I want to see some of the characters that we can talk about because there's some of them are interesting. Let's. Oh,
Dude,
there
there's-
is. Yeah,
Yeah, Biomaru. Dude, he's in.
the.
There's 2 different versions of him.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Scroll back down to the priest.
Oh, hang on a second.
I think the priest might be a different.
Oh, whoops. I'm looking away from the mic,
Priest
which
is probably
not
just a
sound good.
random priest guy.
Priest is probably.
Oh, it's the initial priest.
It's
Yeah, it's the
Ah,
first
yeah,
priest.
that guy.
eyebrows for eyes.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah, Biomaru is my favorite character. That makes so much more sense.
Biomaru's
Very
got
nice.
111 favorites. Good.
So, what are your thoughts on Dororo?
The main,
herself.
apparently
Man,
the main character.
She's all right. I mean, she's an orphan, and like I like how she fights against all the odds, and it makes Hyakimaru like not go too bads.
Yeah, I think Dororo is a good. Dororo is one of the like, what's that classic? I don't remember the story, but like a Mandalorian kind of thing where it's like the rugged like outlaw with the child that they have to protect. Like
Yeah.
that's a huge trope in like so many different stories. And Dororo is a really good like she's not totally useless. She's very rarely used as like the oh no, we have to save Dororo because she got kidnapped or whatever. Like most of the time it's just them like hanging out. They don't feel like a random character that's going to be put in peril that's going to make the stakes higher. Like it just feels like another character. She's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I like her.
Oh,
What, you're reading the spoilers?
yeah,
too?
the manga spoiler.
Yeah. See, that makes a lot more sense to the
Yeah.
ending of it. But anyways, we can talk about that later. I like her character in the sense of she's a good supporting character. I don't know. Her relationship with Hakimaru seems forced at times.
I
I get that they're traveling together, and yeah, there's probably a lot that we don't see of them traveling. But at the same time, there's just like there's certain points where she seems to have more trust in Hakimaru than what would necessarily be of what like a type of her character would have.
Dude, wouldn't you trust a man with a
think-
sword arm?
Yeah, I think she's just young and wanted somebody as
She's
like
like
a
10.
yeah parental figure kind of thing, and
Well,
that's
here's
like
the thing.
another lost like puppy kind of person.
But the first time we see her or him, they, because I don't know,
It's
weird.
a her.
It's a her.
It's a her for sure. But the first time we see her is she's tricking a couple of just regular merchants.
Mm-hmm.
So you expect her to be like this trickster type character that's like really cunning and stuff like that. And then whatever person she talks to, especially Hakimaru, she's just like instantly trusting of them.
Well, she, for Hyakimaru at the beginning, she's using him to get money because she thinks we can slay demons and stuff for people and they'll pay us.
Yeah, it's how it started out.
That's true. I mean, yeah, that's a good point, and it does kind of devolve into more of like a better relationship after
Yeah,
that,
and
but-
she does want to get money and stuff and is constantly looking to like get money and whatever to to live and whatever until she finds out that she's actually rich and has a map to like this pile of money.
That's true.
Then when they
yeah.
finally go there, it's a great scene because it's always just like, I don't know what to do with this, so I'm just gonna leave it here for now. But then she's like, wait, I need to take some for supplies and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that in the very beginning. I don't know. I like her character. I like that she wasn't that character that like had to drive sense into Hakimaru. That they were
Mhm.
able to make it part of the story where she was just the one to support him after
Yeah.
everything happened.
I do like Dororo, but I feel like doesn't have much of a purpose besides the character interactions and stuff. Like if the story, just the plot itself, I kind of wish she had a little bit more to do with the plot, because if the plot itself took her out of it, the story would be more or less the same.
Yeah.
Well, besides for there be no dialogue whatsoever.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
person
It would
that
just be-
Hakimaru met.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind that. Just watching a silent
It would
man
just be
walking through.
townsfolk pointing at giant demon,
Yeah.
Hakimaru walking up to it and cutting it down.
Yeah.
He would never learn how to talk. He is like, he'd get his own voice back, like,
It's just like a battle royale. He's just wandering around aimlessly, finds monster, kills it. Yeah.
Looks at it, wanders around some more.
So Dororo has a purpose, but it felt like at the end they kind of didn't really know what to do with her. So
That's
she
what I
just
felt,
kind of
too.
like had lines to say about like the themes of the story, which is fine, but like the actual plot of the story, she doesn't really do much. She just kind of hangs out with his mom and just goes there.
Well-
Like I think partially there wasn't that moment of like, oh no, he's going too far, you need to stop him, and then Dororo's there to stop him or whatever, which I'm glad they didn't do that. But at the same time, Dororo really didn't do anything.
Well, here's the thing. I think, and this is the point where we're running up into manga spoilers, because we did look into the manga a little bit. They even have a spoiler on
Yeah.
Dororo's page, where you could obviously see there was a growing affection from Dororo to Hakimaru,
Mhm.
especially at the end. But I think with the story being so rushed, and also, I don't know, I mean, Japan does have some decency where they won't go too far. With the age difference at that time, I don't think they wanted to go fully into that with this anime.
Yeah.
But in the manga itself, it says that Hakimaru ends off leaving Dororo near the end of part of the story, and then it finishes up with him coming back nearly 50 years
That's crazy.
later after she's grown into a full adult.
well, not to
And they
mention,
reunite.
I don't think Dororo, I don't think has once he like starts getting more his body parts back, he's more or less becomes kind of like a demon because like his limbs and stuff regenerate.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's really gonna be aging that much either,
Right.
personally.
So
I'm not
Dororo
positive on
only
the
being
manga.
like what?
a human. She's like 60 years old at this point. He's gonna come back as an 18-year-old, like, hey yo, grandma, what's up?
I do find it weird that's 50 years in the future. So
That's pretty
maybe I
insane.
am wrong about the whole like maybe romantic relationship.
Just in
part,
time to
but-
watch you die.
They kind of do that in the anime too, though.
But in the anime, they do the whole flash thing at the end of her running on the dock towards him, but she's like
Yeah.
fully grown up.
Well, in the anime, actually, the anime that came out, the 2019 one, differed from the manga, where in the anime, basically, Hyakimaru left to plant the fields that the one, his first crush wanted to plant.
Yeah.
So he went
Oh.
did that.
They
That's
went
what he
to,
left
like,
for.
tie up loose ends and stuff.
Yeah, and then he came back, and when she came back, she was like probably in her mid to late teens.
Yeah, she looked
Yeah,
more
she's like probably 20 or something.
yeah, she looked more like that age than a 60-year-old grandma.
And she was wearing the clothes of his first crush. If anyone else noticed that, a little sus, but that's just me.
So, anyways, let's go get out of Dororo.
Get out of Dororo.
Yeah, go back. Like
Okay.
the character, not the
I'm going back.
go back.
It didn't do anything. Give me a second.
Because we talked a few others I wanted to talk about were, what do you think about? Is it Hyuga? No, the Itachi. He's a good character to talk about.
Oh, that guy. He gave off mixed signals because he betrayed the dad of
Yeah.
Dororo for monies,
I
and then became a
liked
samurai.
him.
And then he failed at being a samurai, so he went back to being a
Yeah.
brigand. Then he kidnapped Dororo, and then found the map thing, and then they all died because the Yakimaru's family was like, "Get them! They're on this island.
Yeah.
We somehow know where they're at. Get them!"
I liked him because he was very opportunistic, and he wasn't a good person, but
Yeah.
he wasn't a completely awful person either.
Yeah, he was like chaotic neutral.
He took me as somebody that was just trying to live in the world with
Yeah.
in a time period where moral compass wasn't something that kept you alive.
Yeah.
Especially when he's like trying to like get in with the samurai, but also is like a bandit at the same time. Like
they made him sympathetic without him being just like, oh, I only ever did this because I cared about your family or whatever. Like, he was just selfish and wanted money.
Let me see the gold.
I like the
Please,
fact
before I die,
that they
just let me see
gave
the
him
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that they gave him a redemption arc, but they didn't keep him around afterwards.
Yeah.
They gave him a redemption arc and then they killed him off.
And they also didn't really redeem him either. They were just
Right.
kind of like, he's not a completely horrible person. He's
Right.
just
He didn't die betraying Dororo.
Yeah.
He died protecting Dororo, which in a way showed that he did care, but also at the same time he was looking out for himself
yeah.
overall. So I don't know. He seemed.
I liked
like a
him. I
cool
thought he was a
character.
cool character. Jukai is the
Yeah, what do you guys think of Okasan?
the mother of
Hyakimaru?
Hakimaru. That
you
scene
can't tell
is
me anything
so
else.
funny when he's like, when what he says something like, "What am I to you, Hyakimaru," or whatever, and he's just like, "Mama." So he like made prosthetics for people. Usually he would go to the like battlefields of the slain and put like prosthetics on them, which is kind of a cool way to like honor the
He
dead.
says more. It
slain
says more
warriors.
specifically children who had died on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Which I
No,
don't
no,
know.
for
in the anim-
Hyakimaru, he used remains of children who had died on the battlefield.
What?
Yeah, for Hyakimaru, probably because Hyakimaru was a child.
Crafted from the remains.
Yeah.
Dang.
So his
Dude.
prosthetics were like bones.
He
and
was a
craft.
mad lad. He
What?
He like pilfered the
What?
dead.
That was not
Then
explained.
he's
That
like,
is
all right,
sick.
I'm gonna craft you some new prosthetics.
Yeah, he's interesting. I kind of wish there was more to him. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of wish they showed more of what his deal was because he was really pretty cool. He just kind of
Best
didn't
mom,
do
10 out of
much
10.
and was kind of like, I don't want you to go crazy, Dororo. Or Hyakimaru? Shouldn't I not have given you this body or whatever? And it was like, no, he's kind of cool.
He's like the sickest thing anyone's ever created.
Yeah.
Sword arms killing demons by himself. Like, bro, I wish I could do that.
I thought he was a cool character. I just wish there's a little more focus on him.
You know, he did mess up a little bit. You know what he should have added? Sword legs.
He could just like turned into like a giant spinning cartwheel. of
Dr.
death.
Jukai, worst character, didn't give him sword
Didn't give him
legs.
sword legs.
Moving
what the
on.
heck?
I think the only other character that really notes talking in depth, we can kind of sum up the rest of them pretty easily.
Yeah, a lot of them were
But
just the
All
elementary-
cannon fodder for demons
Okay,
or Hyakimaru's swords.
Tahomaru. What are your thoughts on Tahomaru?
I thought he was a good antagonist. At first, I hated him, which is normal for
Yeah.
me in antagonists.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. But he grew on me. And
Yeah.
near the end, besides for his death kind of being kind of stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, his death was pretty stupid.
It was good. I liked his relationship with his like left and right hand like subordinates and stuff. I like his relationship with that. I liked how he used his rage against his brother to kind of like mask the fact that he was also very arrogant and prideful at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought he was a good movie or a good anime show protagonist.
What do you think, Pyros?
I like the fact that he literally just fought his brother over who's mommy's favorite.
Yeah.
I'm mother's favorite. Get
Yeah.
out of here. You left. You weren't even here the time. How are you mom's
That's
favorite?
great.
It doesn't
He's
make any
like-
sense.
He's like, I'm the older brother. Screw you.
I have sword arms. How am I not the favorite brother? Look at me. I'm super bad A.
You just said that like South Park voice acting. I am the older brother.
You know, the more I look back at these characters, I can kind of tell the only two that had any character development really whatsoever were Hakimaru and Dororo. Everybody
Tahomaru
else,
actually had a lot of character development
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had a lot.
because he started out being like, "What's the big deal? What's going on?" And then
That's true.
she finds out the truth, and then he's kind of mad at his parents, but then he's like, "I kind of understand what my parents are doing," and then
he's
ended
like,
up being like an even more extreme version of his parents.
he goes from like, man, now I know why mom never liked me. You know, because mom never liked me, I'm just gonna blame him for everything.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna proceed to try to kill him.
And that kind of makes sense that he has a double motive of like he can justify his like trying to kill his brother that he already kind of has animosity towards because his mother was always like
Yeah.
so focused on that. He also like justified it with, we need to save the land, which is kind of fair. Like, I feel like the villains have a pretty fair point of like, this one guy is causing our entire like, you know, thing to collapse.
The point that he used to mask the actual reason makes sense, but the actual reason is like, dude, that's petty. Calm down there.
That's actually a really good
But
point.
he is like 14 though, so
yeah,
I will give him that.
That's
he
true
is a
too.
child.
I liked his relationship with his two like servant like people
Yeah.
that were with him. That was kind of cool. And then Dororo, Yakimaru just wrecking them. Like,
I was gonna say how Hyakimaru just cut off the guy's Hugo's arm in one shot. I was like, oh dang.
and it's like, to be fair, they're going like all out trying to kill this guy, and Hyakimaru was just like, I can't keep messing around. I gotta just take him down.
He's like, oh right, serious mode, hex on.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if you guys fully agree, but the rest of the characters, especially, I don't know, the mom and the dad had a little bit of character development. But
Daigo had character development, and he's like, I wish I never had given you to it. Maybe my land would be prosperous if I didn't give you
but
up.
that was like right at the end. That was
spirit."
like a one sentence.
Yeah.
Like all the other characters seemed like they were just there to like either point Daru or Hakimaru in a different direction or to hinder him enough for us to get the same storyline into 2 episodes.
Well, it's definitely more of like a plot focused kind of story.
Yeah, like the characters were there, but we weren't seeing major backstories of each individual character. And when we did, it was just enough to explain why the heck the monster was there.
Yeah.
The mom did go through some character development, like when she first met Hyakimaru again, she's like, I should have never done that. And then she kind of like stopped treating Hyakimaru kind of the way she treated him. And then it kind of went from there to where she's like,
kind
all
of
right.
an interesting character. She feels realistic.
Yeah.
But she's also like a very weak mother.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's traumatic having your one baby be like this demon monster.
No, she loved him despite that.
But then and then it being taken away from you and everything. But then it's like you kind of completely like messed up and not raising your next son.
Yeah, like she
because
like
your
completely
original
shut down.
son. Yeah.
My original son is gone. I don't like my other son.
Like,
he doesn't have sword arms. Get out of here.
Yeah. So she was kind of interesting, but also like she wasn't a great mother.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the fact that she, for no apparent
she also
reason
stabbed
whatsoever,
herself.
Yeah, she for one committed suicide for no apparent reason, and then at the very end, she was following Dororo around. In my opinion, for a really stupid reason that she just felt bad that her son was going through crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't understand being a parent as much, but that just seems like a weird reason to jump into a burning building.
Like, she wasn't interesting that like she wanted to reach her son and whatever, and she doesn't want her kids to fight, but she also just kind of like stood there and was like, I can't really do anything about it.
She even says herself, it's like, my 2 boys are fighting. I can't do anything, but dang it, I'm their mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Wait,
so you're gonna jump into a building burning?
Like, I like that
burning building.
I like that she at the end was like talked to Tohomaru and like shored up that like loose end that they never had much of a relationship because of Hyakimaru. But
why did Okasan die? He had no reason to be in that building.
Yeah, that
he could have just gotten out
their
of there.
ending was kind of lame because they just kind of like, you should get out of here. This building's gonna break. It's like, okay,
see we're just gonna leave you.
Like, yep. Have a nice day.
Okay, I don't know what they were thinking with that storyline, but his father figure character being in that building made no sense. Like, there's even one scene where they animated him just being on fire standing next to the mom and the son. I'm like, dude, why are you there? Another reason, why are you on fire?
Yeah, I
understand the statue thing, but run.
I don't know why they just died for no reason. Like, I would have liked them. In my mind, they're not dead. They either just ran away and like didn't go back.
They didn't say they officially died. Like the one,
like there was no body found. They were just kind of like we think they're dead. So I like the idea that they just escaped. The mother ran off with the with the other mother.
Not gonna lie.
Mother went off with the mother with the
Yes.
son.
So now he has a true
He has
family.
2 mothers.
But like, I can understand like their family wanting to leave their
Oh god.
father who like sacrificed their first son to demons. You
His
know?
brother with a mother complex ran off with 2 mothers.
You know, not gonna lie
Oh
though,
no.
my statement still stands from the first time I saw Tohomaru. He still looks like an emperor penguin.
He does. And then when he gets the scar on his eye,
Yeah.
they I don't know if they were going for like the whole. Okay, Last Airbender was out way before this, so I don't
Yep.
know if they were going for an obvious like, what's that firebender character in Last Airbender?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't think you guys actually seen Last Airbender.
I
have
haven't.
you?
I have not.
Anyways, there's a character in there that looked just like Tohomaru. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? It's kind of animated the same too. Wait a second. I'm confused.
Well, anyways, we're gonna move on. I think we're done with these characters for now. We might come back to a few characters, but I want to go over our favorite moments and like big things or events, whatever that happened in the show, arcs,
Dude,
certain moments.
when they were attacking the crab monster and Tohomaru, like another reason why they started going after Hyakimaru because Tohomaru was like, man, this crab's so hard to defeat. And Hyakimaru just comes out of nowhere and just one shots it. He's like, man, that was a piece of cake. And Tohomaru's like, how come he did that
He's
so easily?
like-
This is unfair.
He's like, you stole my kill.
there will be consequences.
want my experience point.
And then he like was like, I hate you even more now because you took my
And
crab.
he's just like standing on a log, like drifting down the river, balancing on it. He's got like freaking sword arms.
Yeah.
His legs like are fake. He's freaking blind. He's just standing there like,
Yeah,
what?
I think like Tohomaru even says like, how did he do that better than us or something
Yeah.
along those lines? Because like they planned the whole thing like we're gonna lure him, we're gonna build this slough, we're gonna lure him in there, we're gonna trap him in there, then we're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
We're gonna risk people or something. Everyone's gonna die, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And Hyakimaru just comes out of nowhere, he's like, death.
What about you, Boom? What is some of your favorite moments or
I was trying to
arcs?
find their names. The only one I could find. Wait, is this his name? Hyogo.
the
Hyogo?
assistants of
And then Matsu.
yeah.
Okay, when those two are fighting, Hakimaru and Toromaru are there right before Hakimaru gets blown up by the horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're all like going like full on, like it's just like an epic battle. Like,
Yeah.
you know somebody has to die or else this is not gonna end.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, Hakimaru just like not even 2 frames from each other cuts one arm off and then another arm off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
he's
they're just done.
yeah.
And that's like, but these 2 characters have been giving their all into it.
Yeah.
And also, you have seen them actually, what seems like actually get the edge on Hakimaru.
yeah.
But then you see, just like in the crab scene, where you see where Hakimaru actually shows a little bit of his true power and how he just like instantly kills the crab.
Mm,
In that scene, it's almost like he's like, okay, I'm done playing now.
yeah.
You guys go to sleep.
Yeah.
He's just like, slice. Both their arms are gone.
yeah.
And you're just like, what the
They're
frick
great
just
characters
happened?
too, because they're like bound by honor and just they've always been servants to him. So it's like whatever he says goes.
And
so
you
they're
know
just
they're
fighting their
fighting.
hardest.
Yes.
To
And then
do their
Hakimaru
job.
is in the span of like 2 scenes. Both the arms are gone, and he's just totally left them to die.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you guys are done. I'm done. I'm not being nice anymore.
Those are the kind of moments that there's no like pause. There's no like epic like, oh no, he's gonna lose his arm.
There
it's
wasn't
just like
no moment. It
gets
was
cut down.
Yeah, it was literally 2 frames, 2 scenes, and it was done. And then we're back into the fight of him against Tohomaru.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the heck just happened?
One of my favorite arcs is the one with the orphanage.
Oh, with
The
Mio?
War Orphan?
Yeah, and the Mio.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
like a really messed up.
Dude,
That's the first time I think we see him kill.
that is the first time we
people?
see him kill people because they burned down the
They-
village and then they killed
Yeah.
Mio.
So she's a prostitute and she ends up going to both like
Both
sides
sides,
of the war.
yeah.
And so because of that, they notice her and they're like, oh, she's a spy. So they kill her and they freaking burn down the orphanage that she is like providing food for.
Yeah.
Because that's
And
how she gets her money.
Hyakimaru sees this, like he walks in on like the death and stuff. He's like, what just happened? Then he proceeds to like obliterate
Yeah.
them, and like the soldiers, these trained samurai, become very terrified against like a 16 to
Yeah.
18-year-old kid
with no freaking
with no arms or
arms,
legs.
blind.
I do like how they made Hakimaru's attachment to her make sense.
Yeah,
It was right after this arc is right after
Oh,
he gets
yeah.
his hearing
He gained his
back.
hearing back.
that
yeah.
is really cool
He
too.
can't stand the sound of anything, but then when they come upon the temple with the children, she's singing.
Yeah,
It's the only thing that's calming and soothing enough that actually calms him down.
Because everything else is so loud. He's like, everything is so annoying. Shut up.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
That is
he
really
did get
cool.
his hearing back in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was awful.
it's like the rain and everything. Yeah, that's another really cool aspect is when he gets his like body parts back, they generally don't just work really well right away. Like he kind of has to figure it out.
Other than his arms and legs.
Except for that, yeah, his like arms and legs at the very
his
end,
eyes.
So that kind
especially.
of makes sense because he was using fake arms
Well,
and legs
even his
very
eyes,
well.
he was like closing his eyes for most part
That's
until
true.
he got out of the burning building.
But I do like how they build up that the fact she's the only one. She's also patient enough with him. Like she
Yeah.
communicates slowly, and it's like they build up that relationship where you think, okay, this could actually be something. Even in
Yeah.
the opening title, they kind of allude to her being maybe more of a bigger character.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She just straight up dies. It's
Then
like,
she's
oh,
just
dang.
dead.
Yeah, she was a great character and a great arc.
Yeah.
It really made you care about. It felt like something that you weren't expecting just it to all fall apart. It could have been something where they save the orphanage or whatever, and then they come back to it later, kind
Yeah.
of thing that they'll do in these kinds of shows. But nope, they get absolutely obliterated, and then Hyakimaru goes crazy, and the fight scene of him killing the guards.
Dude, they don't have
that
a
was
chance
great.
at all. He just
Super
starts
amazing.
obliterating
Yeah.
them.
Just like the scene of basically like raining blood for like a solid minute
Yeah.
with like all the fire in the background. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that was pretty cool. Like at that moment, I thought they were gonna go the route of him turning into a demon.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna like show him like halfway transform or something for a second.
Yeah.
Like Dororo had to like calm him down or something like that. But
just
it
like,
was
Any other big moments or arcs or
I mean,
whatever
there's
you wanna
always
talk
the
about?
one that I don't know. We literally yelled at right today. The last scene of the two subordinates getting killed
Yeah.
the
That was
horse.
great.
where
Oh, that was insane.
I don't know if like they just got the demon arms because they both
Yep.
like in the previous fight they both lost their arms because Hakimaru got tired of them. They're fighting with the demon arms and stuff.
Yeah, and they blew up that horse, so the horse turned into like a spirit.
Yes,
That
revengeful
Hyakimaru,
spirit.
yeah,
cool.
Hyakimaru got on the vengeful spirit horse thing, and they're like riding through this country, blowing stuff up with the fire from the horse, which just disintegrated that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But
And then yeah,
But then they're all fighting, and it's getting to this epic moment. And the big monkey-like guy, what's his name? Hugo, and
Mutsu.
Mutsu. Like Hugo gets pinned by the horse, and freaking, it's like there's no lead up to it, no nothing. You can kind of hear like the cracking of his ribs.
yeah,
Like you can hear him like wrestling with the horse, and the horse is just about to like kill him.
mhm.
And then all of a sudden the horse just reaches down.
Well, no, before that, the Mutsu stabs him in the side, and then he
Oh,
half
that's right.
cuts him.
The baby horse like is running to its
Right,
spirit of its
the-
mother,
yeah.
so it like hesitates to look at the baby, and then they stab it while it's hesitated.
And then the demon horse just reaches its head down, grabs the head, and just picks up. And you just see
And
his head
just
come off. And you're just like,
rips his
oh,
freaking
he's
head
dead.
off.
It's like picking a flower.
yeah.
It just went no.
Usually, like if there's a beheading scene or something like that, there's like a still
Yeah,
of like the head being cut off, or like a cracking sound as the head like slowly
Yeah.
pops out the body. This was like, nope, pop.
and then it
goes
just like
the weed.
kicks the girl through
And
the
just
chest.
obliterate
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
of her.
So that
And then
was
the final scene of
that
the
was
demon
insane.
arms taking over and like finishing off the horse was actually
Mhm.
pretty cool as well.
yeah,
Like it shows that they weren't fully they weren't fully human anymore. That
Yeah.
they weren't
Yeah.
themselves. They weren't themselves since they lost their arms.
I also liked that the horse, like the whole baby horse thing, wasn't just oh no, the horse hesitated and then it died. Like it still killed both of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
like after that moment.
In a way,
it was a good subversion of the trope, because usually it's like, oh no, the one thing that you were counting on died, and now there's there's
and
even
in a
more
way,
threats.
it was the same way that Hakimaru cut off both their arms. Is
Mhm.
something happened, and then the horse realized, oh, you both gotta die.
Yeah.
Because my child is here. Like, I don't want you to hurt my kid, so like you're dead.
I feel like this show took a lot of the tropes that you expect in a story like this, and then just kind of twisted them enough where it's like, oh, this is going to happen, and then the horse is going to get stabbed because it hesitated because it saw its baby or whatever.
Yeah.
But then after that, it kills both of the people
Yeah.
that stabbed him. So there's a lot of stuff like that that's really cool, where it's
In a way, it reminds me of the same. Like, if you know anything about martial arts or fighting, there's like a rule that you have that if you know that you're gonna get hurt, as long as you hurt the person back enough where they can't do anything else,
yeah,
or that you stop them, that you, if you're gonna get hurt, you know that you're gonna get hurt or you're gonna possibly get killed, your job is to stop that person.
yeah,
So at that point, you kind of just like stop protecting yourself and just like end the person.
yeah.
And they show that a lot in this show. They show like the viciousness of fighting,
Mm-hmm.
where like some of these characters are like they're about to die and they're still like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna kill you now. I don't care if
It
I
doesn't
survive.
feel like a storytelling beat where it's just like, just move, just do the thing, and they're like, no, I have to die dramatically.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm dead, so you're gonna die now.
Yeah. Okay, so now we will get into probably the shortest segment of our least favorite parts of the show.
Oh.
I don't.
Can I say all of it?
I don't really have.
You hated the whole thing?
I hated the whole
You thought it
thing.
was terrible.
Okay, I want to say the shark dude freaking sucked.
I don't know. That wasn't too bad.
I hate the shark dude.
It was weird, but it wasn't bad.
They tried to make him sympathetic, and
That's
was
the one
just
thing like. I found it laughable.
it was super dumb. I hate the shark dude.
The scene of, I think this is the character right here, Okawa.
Ow.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that girl, the swordsmith guy.
Yeah, where they go
To the opposite
Hakimaru.
land.
Yeah,
Oh.
Hakimaru is like
Starts doing everything opposite.
yeah, there's just this, it's not even a demon, it's just like an imp.
Well, the imp's here now, so
Whoops.
you it's either CERN man or you just made the imp mad. One of the two.
It's probably CERN man.
CERN man's back. He's been gone for like a year.
Oh, he's probably gonna get fired for that blunder, like
Yeah.
knocking
Well,
something
it's
over.
not that he's been gone; it's just that we haven't been able to locate him for a year. But now we obviously located him.
He's been hiding in the crawl space.
That's what it sounds like.
Anyways, so Okawa,
Okawa.
Aqua?
Yeah, Aqua. One of the two.
Aqua. She's basically useless like actual Aqua. This whole episode 19, besides for the fact of Hakimaru having a little bit of character growth about like fighting and like what like morality is,
Yeah.
it felt pretty useless, and it felt like the closest to filler that we had the whole show.
I feel like if this episode was put in like 5 episodes earlier, it wouldn't have felt that way.
Yeah, but it
it's,
was
like,
weird.
Right as the show's starting to build up to some big events, and then it's just this random like, it's opposite day.
Yeah, and it felt like oh, this is what happens when they're cheerful and happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just like, I didn't want to see cheerful and happy. His mom just committed suicide. Can we get back to that part?
What happened to the mother?
Okay, it was funny too because she's so happy she's gonna get married to
Yeah.
him. And then it's like, oh, you killed this demon that was make everyone doing the opposite thing that they would normally do. Wait a second.
Yeah. But then there's of course a random village boy that's just like, I always loved you.
Well, no,
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
beginning when they like talk to him, they're like, well, what's is there a swordsmith there? And he's like, yeah, he's terrible. His daughter is ugly and not
Yeah.
funny at all. I would stay
Yeah.
as far away from her as I would.
Yeah, that was
Well, I
pretty
knew that
funny.
they were as soon as I figured out it was an opposite thing, I knew they were gonna go that route. But I was
Yeah.
like, of
Yeah.
course, in an episode like this, they have to have everything work out.
And it was funny that Dororo would like get frustrated and then be like, I'm so happy for you. I hope you live in a wonderful life, and then storm out.
Why did I say that?
And it's like, why
It
did
kind
I
of makes
say
you
that?
wonder what he would have actually said if it was like his true.
Yeah.
That's like, I hate you. I hope you die in
Yeah.
a hole.
It's like, I thought you loved me. But the
And just Hyakkimaru like, are you so happy we're gonna get married? Yes, very happy. Absolutely, right away.
That was
it's like,
also
this
right
is
after he got his voice too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
So he's like learning the talk.
do you want your body back? It's like, no, I don't want my body. I'm happy here.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. But yeah, it was funny episode, like especially the ending where she's like, "Oh, wait a second."
I hope your marriage is awful. May you live very short lives.
Thank you very much. They're always like this. I did like that whole scene though. I mean, this
Yeah.
wasn't a horrible episode. I just think this was the
I
worst
think it was in a
part.
weird place.
Yeah.
If it was earlier in the story, it would have been a funny, like, random thing that happened. But
Yeah.
it was weird that it was like 16 to 18 or whatever was building up this big battle, and then 20 to the end was like the conclusion of it, and 19 is just like, hey, everyone's saying the opposite thing.
It felt like that scene in Evangelion episode 23 where they show like an alternate universe of like all the characters just being happy
Yeah.
and stuff instead of like the end of the world that's happening. It kind of felt like
Yeah.
that. Like, oh, this is what happens if Hakimaru like turns away from his
Yeah.
like wanting to get everything back. That's what it felt like.
Yakimaru, after the story goes and kills her husband. I'm
come
ready to get
reclaim.
married now.
I'm good to get married. Let's do this. I got my eyes back.
It's like, wait, what about that other girl? Multiple wives. Okay.
Yeah, Yakimaru, let's
I
go.
think that's the end of our least favorite parts of the show. Unless there's anything else. Can't really think of anything.
Not really. I
No.
mean, it's a decent show. It's one of those shows that's
show.
weird. It's good all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple like lower parts,
Yeah.
but like the low parts don't make it go into bad territory.
Yeah.
No.
It's just like
Because
okay,
it's
I could've done
episodic,
without
it's
that.
just kind of like this episode happens
Yeah.
and then it goes to the next one. Whereas some shows, it's like this just took a really bad turn and starts to suck. The ending was questionable. I have to say the mom, his other mom, and the brother dying felt really pointless.
Yep.
Especially
Yeah.
since most of the story has been pretty realistic, like we said, within the fights and stuff, where it's not like people just die just to die or whatever, but they just kind of died just to die. It felt like there wasn't any like agency to get out of there. They were just kind of like, yeah, we screwed up. We'll just die now, which is kind of lame. Like, I would have liked them to survive. At least it's shown that they
At
survived.
least the Oka-san, because like that man's he had no reason to be there.
Yeah. Like, why was he even there? He
I
just like
get-
showed up.
I get the mom and the son, like, oh, to make it feel better for you, I'll die with you. Like, that's kind of understandable because she's probably too weak to pull him out or anything. Like, but the guy, he's like a bear,
and
he
he's
could have at least thrown them out and carried them with him.
So I like to think that they are alive. It's just nobody knows it, and they're just hiding from their demon,
Yeah.
father.
I raised your one son. I could raise your other one too.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I did like the ending with the father, where he kind of like regrets everything, and
Yeah.
that's kind of, I like that he didn't just die. He ends up regretting what he did, which is kind of worse for him because he's such a proud like ruler.
And I
So
got
at the-
live with it.
Yeah, at the end realizing he was just wrong the entire time
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
That is true. I don't know. I like the ending of the show. I kind of feel like it was definitely rushed. Maybe they could have went
Yeah.
for one final episode,
Yeah.
like maybe
it-
in episode 25. Just
Like I
to,
said,
like,
hour-long
wrap things
episodes
up.
in anime is a thing we should have.
I feel like the main problem was just, for me, was just the characters all dying for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I like the ending.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end. Is there any more final overall thoughts from anybody?
Nope. I rated a solid 8 out of 10.
What about you, Pyro?
I mean, masterpiece. 10
I-
out of 10 is going to be what my anime list says.
I will say an 8 out of 10 as well. I thought it was really solid.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it was worth watching. I think it was worth watching at our own free time, not necessarily binging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be
definitely
good either
happy
way.
to go to a different anime though.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm a fan.
Yep.
Good show.
I would suggest it to people that like shows like Cowboy Bebop comes
Yep.
to mind. Trigun comes to mind. It kind of reminds me of those older shows that were more episodic, but they had an overarching story. Also people that liked
It's Demon Slayer, but better.
Afro Samurai comes to mind too. If you like Afro Samurai, like that intense sword combat, this is a good one to watch as well. I think
Yeah.
so.
I think the fighting scenes and the combat and stuff is really, really cool.
I concur.
Story's good.
Are we gonna watch that pirate anime next? By the way,
That's a VTuber.
Oh, One Piece? Heck yes.
no, not that one. That one.
That's a VTuber, bud.
That's a VTuber.
Pretty sure
What
that's a
the heck?
VTuber. Or this is hentai. I don't know.
Marine Shikoku, an animated music video.
What?
Sure, we'll watch.
Sure,
Alright,
we'll watch
that's-
this once we're
That's
done.
our next one.
We will review this random
2 minutes
animated.
long.
My
music
anime list
video.
is weird. I have not looked up anything unsavory or
Oh yeah,
not safe for
they'll
work,
just recommend.
but
it.
they'll just recommend random hentai. So I'm afraid to click on any of these suggested things.
So, anyways, I think that's the end of the show.
Is it?
Thanks so much for listening.
Oh, I guess it
I'm
is.
Louise. This has been our full, in-depth, deep review of Dororo.
It was an amazing ride.
It was great.
It was a great ride. Special thanks to the random person who commented on one of my videos to tell me to watch it.
That's how this whole started. I
That's
forgot
how it
about
started.
that.
Yep, that is. how it
Dang.
started.
That man is awesome. I hope he watches the podcast.
We appreciate you recommending it because we did watch it. Look
And it
at
was
that.
a good show.
You can go to my comments on my YouTube channel, which is just called KBW. If you search KBW anime in YouTube, you'll find it. I'm also KBW author on Twitter, and then you can go there and tell me more shows to watch that we'll end up watching on Baka-Talk. Or you can tell us on Baka-Talk directly, which is at TalkBaka on Twitter. Also, you can email us at askbakatalk@gmail.com, and we'll read your email on the podcast if you want us to, or give us a
We
recommendation.
haven't done one
might
yet.
watch it.
We're willing to do it.
So I if we weren't gonna do an anime review, I did want to mention this on the regular podcast, but I did want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
So YouTube is possibly going to having 10 ads in a row
What?
What?
for people. So I would not blame you if you don't watch the podcast on YouTube. So definitely check it out on Spotify and give us a review as
Why are they
soon as
doing 10
possible.
ads?
They're supposed to be like 10 5 to 6 second ads instead of like 2 30-second ads.
Huh.
So stupid. They're
But-
getting skippable too, aren't they?
That's
Most of them,
weird.
yeah. I think you're probably gonna be maybe able to skip like the 5th one. But anyways, they're testing it out, and I've been seeing a lot of the YouTubers I watch like talk about it. I'm just like, man, that's just not right. So yeah, go ahead and boycott that, but please just watch the podcast somewhere else. This has been me. I'm Melatonin.
You can still watch us on YouTube. We are just Baka-Talk Studios. We also have a playthrough of Steins Gate visual novel there.
Oh yeah, you have to
So
watch that. That's not optional.
Yeah, that you have to watch.
Yeah.
It's not anywhere else.
Get ad blocker for that one because we're not monetized.
If you want us to, if
Yeah.
you don't want the ads, I'm gonna convince Boom to post it on other hosting places.
Is this our time for OnlyFans?
Either
Yes.
OnlyFans or like Rumble or whatever the other thing is.
I think we
Yeah.
should be on
Daily
OnlyFans
Motion
because
or
we'd be the
whatever.
only anime podcast on
Hey,
OnlyFans.
there we go. Let's
there we
go.
go.
Let's do
Okay. You can also find Pyrolus at Pyrolus2 on
can.
Twitter. You can find Sir Boom at SirBoom9 on Twitter. You can find Pyrolus on the YouTubes at Pyrolus Plays.
Yes, you can.
Where he has a Minecraft series.
Yeah, I haven't done much editing. I've been busy, but I want to.
Yeah, and I've been writing stuff for my next video, which is why I haven't posted in like 10 days.
I don't post anything, so I'm too busy editing the podcast.
Yep. I think that's everything. Did
I
get
think you got everything.
I got
Good
everything.
job, Weaves.
I'm so good at
Pat
this.
on the
I'm a
back.
professional. This is like our 100th episode or something.
Oh shoot! It
we've
is our
done
100th
this.
episode.
We've done this for
It's our
so
100th
long. We
episode, let's
know
go.
how to do everything.
This is great. Happy 100th episode.
Happy
everybody.
100th episode. Dororo was a great 100th episode. It calls back to our Steins Gate days.
Yeah, Stein.
You guys want to do another Steins Gate review?
No.
Yes.
We already did like 3 of those.
But
I mean,
it's
that's not
time for
enough.
our yearly Steins Gate
Well,
episode.
okay, we will review the Steins Gate visual novel when we finish
or
the visual novel.
you guys can watch the freaking movie and we can review that.
Oh,
we
that's another option.
could.
Because you guys, and then after we watch the movie, we can then watch them in the chronological order
Oh,
that I
gosh.
suggest.
Yes, I say we do that and then we do a review on it.
Exactly.
That's all for us. Thanks for watching. Let us know on all those places if you want that. Jamia.
See y'all later.
El Sai Kunguru.